What's going on, everybody? It's Trevron. Today I'm actually going to be bringing you a gameplay on Raid. Ta-da! Yeah, only post me Raid. I know I have a bunch of Raid on this channel, and it just so happens to be it's a map that I seem to fall into a lot. This is a little ground war here. It's ground war domination. I happen to be actually playing with FaZe Ajax or FaZe Ajax or however he pronounces his name. I'm not sure. But in this gameplay you'll see I'm running non-lethals, and I am going to talk a little bit about this gameplay because this is kind of my tips to a nuclear gameplay, and this is what I've found to be probably the best way to do this. And so kind of let's get it started. At the beginning here I've kind of tried to push towards their spawn, and that's kind of what I like to do anyway to begin with. I kind of skipped the B flag just due to the fact of I was trying to get streaks early and start things on the earlier note rather than have my streaks happen in the middle of the game, because that's not going to help. I actually got sniped right here. There was a few good people on the other team, but not the greatest. Obviously some of the better players actually ended up leaving, as the FaZe member actually ended up dropping 73 kills I think at the end of this. I think my score line is pretty decent as well. I do go on a 45 gun streak in this gameplay, and it's fairly entertaining. So hopefully you guys will feel the same. So anyway, so the FaZe member actually ended up dropping, like I said, 73 kills, but he, the kill streaks that he was putting out weren't really that bad. So I mean, the flags kind of were able to be capped by the enemy team. And so anyway, so this is kind of how it starts here. So then I grabbed the B flag. You saw me get sniped earlier. Up here, this is another, not the greatest part. I got hit by this guy with his Ecotech and his hammer. Actually, that weapon right there will come into play later, funny enough. So I got the VSAT and the EMP system, and I'm going to call it out now because this can really be a benefit and help me get back to the kill streaks again. The EMP system will knock out a bunch of different things, and what I didn't know about the EMP system is if you call it out and someone's calling it a care package, it's not coming in. It actually destroys the little helicopter that drops it in. So that's pretty cool. So right here I try to work into their spawn. The VSAT's obviously showing me where they are. Right there I about messed up. But the VSAT's showing me where they are. And there's a lot of flip spawns in this, so you'd be expecting to see that. You'll see the A side played and the C side played quite a bit. The B flag doesn't get as much attention as I thought would happen in this game. But anyway, that's just sometimes how it goes. So, tips to the nuclear. Let's get back to the point. I went off on a tangent. Tips to the nuclear. This would be it for me. Screw the UAV. I'd say go counter UAV and just pin them in a corner, in the sense of if they're calling out UAVs, that counter UAV comes up, they got to take the time to shoot it down. And by that time I'm already cruising. Right here, as you see, I'm trying to cruise to my next set of VSAT EMP systems, so that way I can just keep this as a big circle, because again, you want to link the streaks, and these are good streaks to link. Plus it's going to tell you where they're at. See, I picked up this guy's gun. It's going to tell you where they're at, and then you can keep doing this, doing this thing where you run around the map and you know where they're at. And that'll really help to get a nuclear for those of you that are having trouble doing it. And I know there's plenty of people that do have trouble doing this. Sometimes, again, I'm playing solo right here. A lot of people end up getting nuclears actually when they're playing with a full party, and that's a huge advantage. I don't care what anybody says. That's a huge advantage because you have multiple guys on your team that are running non-lethals, and you pretty much know where the enemy team is at all times, especially if you guys are pinning them at a flag. Then obviously, you know exactly what's going on, and you know where to be. You know what position to be in to take out the opponent. And that's just how that's always been. I mean, back in the other games, Modern Warfare 3 especially, I mean, good God, the spawn trap was the most popular thing, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I didn't participate in it many times. Sure, interchange, stick them at A, sure. Did that plenty of times. Was that where the best gameplays came from? No, absolutely not. That is not where the best gameplays came from, due to the fact of who really wants to see you just going back and forth from a tunnel to an entryway and a tunnel to an entryway, and they're only coming from right there. It's kind of like people that play demo in this game, demolition. Once they're trapped, they're trapped. Oh, and I want to give a quick shout out real quick to my buddy Random J. He invited me to a party, but I knew I was in the middle of a decent gameplay, so I just wanted to stay focused and pay attention to what I'm doing. This SWAT right here is actually beast. It's certainly a powerful assault rifle after the buff or whatever exactly happened. So we're coming to the first half here. It ends up being that, you know, I'm on a good streak right here. I think I'm on the brutal right now, or a little bit past the brutal, coming up on the nuclear. I was thinking in my head, I was like, you know what, do I want to get a nuclear, die, and then go for another one? But I'll bring that video when I get it, you know, the next time around. I've had many fails, but I certainly will get it, that's for sure. It's just a matter of time. It certainly is. For those of you that are new to the channel, again, I want to say thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys coming and subscribing. I know I'm quite small, but that's good for right now. I'm certainly content. I always will be, no matter where I actually stand. Just because you know, the people that look at this, and if it helps anybody, if it even helps 2 or 3 people, that's really what matters to me. I'm really thankful for that alone. He was on the head glitch. That was a tough shot, but I was able to pull it off. And again, there's a nuclear right there. And then after this, I go on a 15 gun streak. So in total, it's a 45 gun streak. Not bad. Could have been better. You'll see why it ends later. It's kind of unfortunate, but that's how this game is. There's a lot of stuff that happens that you're just blown away by, and you'll think everything's good and, you know, whatever. Nuclears are something that I really haven't tried for, and I hate to say it like that because it almost sounds, you know, on the cocky side sort of, but I really have never taken the time to say, you know what, let's get some nuclears. Let me get some 30 gun streaks. You know, in Modern Warfare 3, Moabs came easy to me. You know, there were times that I got in situations where the Moab wasn't happening, and that's just due to the fact either I was playing bad, I got pinned, I wasn't, you know, I just wasn't playing the right part of the map, or I found myself in bad situations. You know, I'm well known for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. But sometimes that benefits me, and sometimes it doesn't. But again, if there was a way to get a nuclear, this is really an easy one. And I'm not going to say that you're going to win every gunfight. I'm not going to say you're going to get a nuclear the first time you try to do this, because that's just not how it's going to happen. You might come around the corner and homeboy's sitting down there with his target finder, and from a mile away, you know, you're done. Right there, just previously, the guy that was just, I don't even know what I'm talking about. The guy that was just up on the ledge over there, that was a gunfight I knew I wasn't going to win, so I bailed out. And you saw me kind of hit him and then bail away because he had the SVU. People just spammed the shit out of that, so I'm just going to move. I end up finding this SWAT again. It's very funny how I come through with the same guns. Now I find one of my favorite guns in the game, minus the laser, and I kind of finish the gameplay with this until I die. But the points are crazy. The score in this game, like I said, I think the score is 11,125 points. And that's quite a bit. No matter how you look at it, that's quite a bit. I was shooting, when I saw where I was at, I was like, man, let's push for the 12,000 score game. I knew it wasn't happening, you know, in the next minute or so. I knew that I just wasn't going to get there. And that's, you know, that's okay. I'm perfectly happy with this. Hopefully the gameplay is entertaining to you guys. I know it's only a single nuclear, but at the same time, it's definitely a guide, or hopefully a teaching tool on how you can use it with the score streaks that are provided. I do want to do a nuclear that I absolutely have nothing. That's going to be a lot tougher. It's going to be a lot tougher. But I'll get it done. It'll just be a matter of time, just like everything else. So hopefully, you know, in the near future, like I said, I haven't put a league play up yet. I have a couple league plays that are going to be up soon. You know, 40-50 bomb, whatever. I have a couple. Nothing too great, but definitely entertaining because of the competition that I was up against. And again, I'll be bringing those as soon as I can. It's just I have a whole bunch going on with these things. I have a bunch of different stuff in the stash. This is a nice little 3-piece right here. Just so happens to be that I wanted to pick that guy up on the tack insert, but this fellow is up top. Anyways, guys, I appreciate everything. Thanks for the comments, the likes, everything else. Thanks for listening to me ramble. This is the worst shotgun final kill cam in the world. It took him 5 shots to kill this guy. Go whoever your name is. Anyway, it's been the Trevron. And hopefully I'll be seeing you soon. Thanks a bunch, guys.
Operation complete. Nice job, squad.